We're living in a prison, like an open-air prison.
Gaza ist auf jeden Fall ein Gefängnis. Es ist ein Hochsicherheitstrakt, ja.
I'm a free person and I don't like feeling like a prisoner inside my home.
People in Gaza need like long period break where they are not controlled or chased or pressed by a system.
Ich bin Viktoria Schneider, lebe jetzt gerade in Mainz, aber eigentlich so zwischen dem Nahen Osten und Südafrika.
My name is Jen Marlowe. My first trip to Gaza was in early 2001, and so in the 16 years since then, if I were to add it up, maybe I've been there 25 times, 30 times, I'm not sure.
Well, my name is Rawan Abu, born and raised in Gaza. That's right. I've never left Gaza in my entire life. Never. I'm leaving Gaza very soon to study women's and gender studies at the University of Northern Iowa, hopefully, if I do get a permit.
Hi, my name is Mohammed Grace. I go by Mo. I'm Palestinian. I was born in Saudi Arabia, but then I moved to Palestine because my parents are Palestinians. I moved from Gaza because of my LGBT rights, first of all. And the second reason is to study and do more dancing.
I've been very connected to Palestine for the first time I went was in 1997, so for, I guess that makes it 20 years now, and lived in Palestine for a total of 5 years, and I've spent probably an average of a month a year back there since I stopped living there. You know, Gaza is a part of Palestine, and there's people there that I love, and I want to be able to see them and follow the developments on the ground. And because it's so difficult for people to get access to Gaza, I feel a responsibility to cover the situation there and to make sure that people's stories there are being heard by folks outside.
Also das erste Mal war ich da 2013. Ich habe gesagt, weil Gaza ist so eine Art zweite Heimat, weil ich richtig gute Freunde habe dort. Also tatsächlich auch heimisch, also so ein bisschen, ich kenne die Straßen, ich bewege mich da, also ich kenne die Cafés. Es ist halt auch ein kleiner Ort, ne? Es gibt eine Familie, die ist echt wie meine Familie geworden. Die Mutter ist wie meine Mutter geworden. Das ist eine Familie mit ganz vielen Mädels auch, das sind meine Schwestern.
Physically and psychologically at every level, the siege impacts. It impacts people's ability to interact with the outside world in a place where people can't travel and meet new people and get new ideas, and other people can't travel to that place. Then how do you have cultural exchanges? How do you have intellectual exchanges? So on every level, that impacts life in Gaza.
Man muss sich das mal vorstellen, dass jemand ein ganzes Leben lang 40 Kilometer auf und ab, eine Stunde auf und ab. Und also meine Hoffnung ist, mein Wunsch ist, mein Traum ist es, dass sich diese Grenzen irgendwann öffnen.
It's like Gaza is being isolated from the rest of the world. I don't care if we have internet connection and we see what's going on in the world. It's not the same as travel and actually living the experience out there.
Krieg ist immer präsent, also der Krieg ist der letzte Krieg vor allem, also es gibt so dieses Gaza vor dem Krieg und nach dem Krieg und es ist eine Zeitrechnung bei denen tatsächlich. Dieser 2014, dieser Krieg hat alle so geprägt.
kids about war and death and all of that because we were doing interviews after the 2014 war. And they were like, oh, we're not really afraid of death. Like, we've experienced death 3 times. We were like this close to death, and we're not really afraid of it. Like, for a kid to feel this way, it's really devastating, but we kind of get used to it, which is the worst part.
Das Trauma in Gaza, das ist ja auch unerforscht. Das ist so allgegenwärtig und es gibt ja auch keine richtigen Psychologen. Es gibt eine Traumaanstalt, die kümmert sich um Kinder zum Beispiel, ein Traumazentrum für Kinder. Und ich habe mit dem Leiter schon teilweise oft gesprochen und der hat selber im letzten Krieg 8 Menschen verloren, inklusive seiner Mutter. Und der sagt dann auch sowas, wir sind traumatisierte Menschen, die versuchen irgendwie traumatisierte Kinder zu heilen, die jeden Tag aufs Neue traumatisiert werden. Und ich glaube auch so eine Art, diese Depression ist eine andere als bei uns. Ja? Also die Depression ist wirklich eine Lebensdepression. Also es gibt einfach keine Hoffnung. Also es gibt dieses Morgen. Man muss einfach wirklich davon ausgehen, es wird morgen vielleicht sogar noch schlimmer, weil die Erfahrung gelehrt hat, dass es eigentlich nur schlimmer wird.
This was the most violent of the assaults, and I think the change that I observed more than anything else was that people really lost hope. A lot of people, and they lost any feeling that the future was like. Previously, I felt like most people always held out for this idea that the future could be different and that the future would be different. After the 2014 assault, people are just waiting for it to happen again. Their expectation now is that it's going to happen again. And that's heartbreaking.
Das passiert ständig was. Das kriegt man halt so bei uns gar nicht mehr so viel mit. Es sind ständig irgendwelche Angriffe auf Hamas-Stützpunkte von den Israelis. Also man hört, also du kriegst, das ist total präsent.
But I myself try my best not to watch news. I try to stay positive all the time because if I do watch the news, I'm gonna end up being desperate. I want to kill myself probably, and I want to live. So.
Viele Menschen sagen auch, Ägypten ist noch schlimmer als Israel, weil eigentlich sollten die uns ja wenigstens den Atemweg frei halten. Aber Ägypten hat halt jetzt auch zugemacht und deswegen ist oft die Wut auf Ägypten noch größer.
It feels like living in a small box. The only place we can go to for like to have fun or to enjoy is the sea, which is actually limited by the Israeli occupation. It's really painful to. I don't know. It's really frustrating. You feel trapped.
Ich sehe das halt alles nicht politisch, also ich versuche das immer nicht politisch zu sehen. Ich sehe das halt aus menschlicher Sicht und das ist halt schon schwierig, wenn man gerade aus Deutschland irgendwie mit 173 Länder der Welt bereisen kann und Menschen, die genauso alt sind wie man selbst, das gleiche studiert haben oder eben den gleichen Bildungsstand haben und einfach kein Leben haben dürfen.
People in Gaza need that break. They need like long period break where they are not controlled or chased or pressed by a system.
We're living in a prison, like an open air prison, or whatever they call it. It is a prison, and I'm a free person, and I don't like feeling like a prisoner inside my home.
No one should be caged. Every human being should have the same ability to pursue lives of dignity and with liberation. And so, yeah, it's crappy that I get to come and go, and that my friends and my colleagues and the people there that I know and love and the people that I don't know and love are essentially stuck in a cage.
Well, at first we were like very desperate, like very suffocated all of the time. We didn't feel like talking to anybody. We were very angry that whenever someone talks to us from like a foreigner country or even an Arab country, they don't really understand what's going on here in Gaza. They think it's all about the bombing, and they don't understand that what people want here is actually to live, to spend a beautiful day with their friends, to be able to get food, like put food on their family's table and all of that. But then we got numb. Like we really don't feel anything about it anymore.
But I have friends in Gaza who've talked about living under two occupations. The occupation from the Israelis and a Hamas occupation. Now, I'm sure not everyone in Gaza feels that way, and I know Hamas enjoys a lot of support in Gaza, but certainly some of the people I've spoken to feel that way.
People are now losing a lot of things that a lot of old generation used to have, like electricity. My dad lived his life in the gas strip with electricity, with nicotine, with gas, with. But now we're going backwards, like even worse.
You know, the electricity problem is one of the major problems here in Gaza. We have it only now for like 3 hours max, like if we're lucky enough to have it, and that's not even enough for us to charge our phones.
It's a charger, and this is the battery. Can you see the battery? So from here we can take power for the router. Okay, and then here also to charge the phones. Can you see? We save it in a battery. So when we have electricity, so we charge the battery with this charger from here. Okay, and then like 24 hours we can have internet. And then we have another solution. Okay, I will show you this one. Can you see? Okay, we have electricity now, but now this kind of we call it LED. This is work with the battery, so we can see, like, you know, it's kind of light. We use this to use it, but now we have electricity. It's okay.
The siege in Gaza limits what and who can go in and can go out. So people in Gaza are stuck and they're trapped, and it's been described as the largest open air prison. And I think there's some truth to that description.
We're monitored internally and externally, to be honest. Like in Gaza, like inside Gaza, you can't just say whatever you want. And as I said, like lack of privacy is a major concern to me.
Die Kontrolle im Alltag, wenn man nicht will, also wenn man sich tatsächlich in Gaza-Stadt oder am Meer aufhält, dann sieht man es vielleicht erstmal nicht. Also man hört die Israelis durch die Drohnen und die F-16, die halt immer mal wieder über Gaza hinweg fliegen. Was man halt, wenn man in einem hohen Gebäude ist, du siehst, Israel hat Ballons stationiert. Das heißt, du siehst abgesteckt, wo diese Grenzen sind.
In the Gaza Strip, my life was routine, the same thing almost. Because I had my dance team over there, so it was more like in the dance circle of dance.
We go out every day. Like we meet at cafes with friends and sometimes family members to spend the time. If I have work, I do my work. Then we go home. Like at 8, we're at home. Girls are not allowed to go home after 8 p.m. And that's it. Like it's really boring. Oh my God.
So we always plan our lives based on the electricity availability. And nobody can do anything. Nobody knows who's really causing this.
The worst thing is probably the economic situation. Seeing people unable to buy food or bread, like that's really frustrating. That's inhumane.
Also ich würde auch sagen, das ist halt auch das, was es so ein bisschen gerade auch so aus international, also so NGO-Perspektive akzeptabel macht, weil die Leute verhungern ja nicht. Also Israel lässt ja schon genug rein, dass alle Menschen einigermaßen gut leben können. Also es gibt auch so ein paar Supermärkte, die sind halt so Luxussupermärkte, da kriegst du dann halt auch Milka-Schokolade und Rittersport und irgendwelche verrückten europäischen Sachen. Das gibt's, man kann da schon gut.
Ramadan, Eid, it's a lot of fun. It sounds sometimes I think crazy doing all this stuff, but for me it's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing these things because you have adventures over there.
Food here is really good. I'm a foodie, so this is a major concern for me. I do love food. No, but it's mainly like the gatherings, the beautiful gatherings of friends and family.
Es gibt wahnsinnig gutes Essen, das denkt man auch bei Gaza halt immer nicht. Und man kann da tatsächlich Abende verbringen oder auch Nachmittage. Und ich meine, viele Leute haben ja auch keinen Job oder so. Man verbringt dann tatsächlich auch Tage einfach in so einem Strandcafé. Man hat frischen, was zum Beispiel mega gut ist frischer Zuckerrohrsaft. Also frisch gepresster Zuckerrohr, wir haben auch diese Maschine, und dann jagen die diese Zuckerrohre da durch. Man kriegt einfach diesen Asab, heißt das auf Arabisch. Man kriegt dann eben so literweise kann man dann diesen frischen Saft kaufen. Und das ist einfach echt schön.
Good thing I really love about Gaza is how simple life can be. If something happened to me, everybody gets to me, and if I get sick, everybody is around. You come over and visit and talk and make me laugh all night. Even I'm in pain when I'm sick. These times I'm missing, and I think they're special.
Menschen sind eines der wärmsten, also wenn man es auch vergleicht mit den Palästinensern im Westjordanland und so, sind die Menschen in Gaza nochmal, vielleicht auch deswegen, weil sie einfach warm sein müssen, irgendwie zusammenhalten müssen. Es gibt auch so eine unglaubliche Wärme und sie auch so eine Lebenslust, also sie lassen sich das nicht nehmen. Ich meine, das ist halt einfach scheiße, die Situation dort, ja, und das kann man auch nicht verleugnen. Also man kann auch nicht sagen, oh, guckt, wie toll die da leben und so, und die fahren Fahrrad und spielen Fußball und so. Natürlich, aber was sollen sie denn sonst machen? Also das machen wir ja auch.
I myself lived mostly positive life in Gaza because I danced. I actually learned sometimes from tutorial videos on internet. Second thing, I had Skype meetings with a lot of friends when I was in Gaza, and the second generation did the same. They Skype a lot with the dancers all over the world. The breakdancing school was my idea. We had a big building with my family, and the first floor was under construction. I looked at the skeleton or the basic of dance school. And then I met this American lady, her name is Pam, and I told her, I really want to do this, and I see this happening, and I have no problem with taking this place for me because this is my family house, and I'm not going to be paying rents or whatever because this is my place. But I ended up paying rents anyway. She said, okay, we'll do online fundraising. Our goal was 10,000, and we achieved 12. So the dance school, since that day, became official. Everything is more official. The classes, the times, and since we now have the place, we don't have to worry a lot about getting people inside because people know us now. Those events, oh my God, it was very, very good for us. It gave us the feeling that we are becoming the person who wanted to be. The first year we danced, we were worried about people, viewing us. But like after 7 years or 8 years, and those international organizations supporting us, we started to do our own things. Everybody now became aware of dancing in the Gaza Strip. Whenever we want to go out and dance, it has to bring happiness, not madness to the people. I'm sure those students gonna become superheroes like us and tell stories to world someday. So you have to keep them inspired. We had a moment where we actually started, we taught carers how to dance until they grow up and their parents stop them dancing.
It's a society that is built completely on the idea of, like looking at women as if they were less than men, like inferior to men.
The women that I know and the people that I spend time with are very concerned about the Hamas government and feeling like that has curtailed, that Hamas in many ways has been curtailing women's role in societies, and women's freedoms have been more constricted.
We don't get to swim. Female singers are restricted here in Gaza. I do have a lot of female friends who actually sing and have beautiful voices, but the government told them that they shouldn't be singing in public places. So yeah, it's suffocating. Things are starting to change a little bit, but not the way we need them to. It's a really slow process.
It's good and bad to see this, but for me, changing to the best is something very good to watch and look at. And I see this in the daily life, and I'm glad. I have sisters, I have nieces, and they are now very open and aware about what they can do, what they cannot.
It's the only thing everyone in Gaza wants to change. It's dirty politicians, or like the government in general. Because we have dirty politicians, whether here in Gaza or the West Bank. So people would like to be governed by someone who actually cares about what they want or what they need, cares about their lives.
Die können halt nicht ins Exil gehen. Also die sagen was und werden vielleicht verhaftet, aber die können nicht raus. Und das heißt, das ist halt eine ganz besondere Situation, weil es gibt keine Presse- und Meinungsfreiheit, aber keiner redet richtig drüber, weil alle wissen, dass die sind sozusagen in der Falle.
I really hope that it's reconstructed very soon, because whenever you go, you find rubbles everywhere. You find people literally living in the streets. I really hope they get to change the way they think about certain things, and they try, people here try to enjoy life more, to enjoy music, to support artists here in Gaza, to support people with dreams, and not just stand in their way just for the sake of standing in their way and nothing else, because they don't have a good reason for doing so. They just want to do it because traditions said this and said that, so you have to follow traditions.
Well, my hopes and wishes for Gaza are what people want for themselves. And when I ask people what they want the siege to end, they want the occupation to end, they want to be able to travel, they want to be able to have an actual future for themselves and for their children. And so that's my hope for them. And my hope is that the work I'm doing in whatever small way is supporting their hopes for themselves.
I really hope I leave and for my family to leave. I don't think my father would ever leave. I really hope my friends would get a chance to leave this place.
I wish that everybody would leave Gaza alone, so the Gaza can live a life full of peace and art and music and fun, and everyone is equal, not under any territory or under a system or whatever, because people need break.